Well, there is quite a lot of talk going on today about Tucker Carlson being in Moscow, going to the Bolshoi, watching a production of Spartacus, whether or not he's due to interview Mr. Putin in or out of the fridge, who knows. I find it extraordinary that a reporter from America should be going to Moscow and hobnobbing around Moscow. It seems disloyal to the efforts of Ukraine. But as for Ukraine, Mr. Zelenskyy says that now is a time for a fresh start, and the rumor mill suggests he plans to replace his army chief Valerii Zaluzhnyi. And I'm not sure that's necessarily the best thing to do. The Iron General, he's very popular, and replacing him might well damage the morale of the Ukrainian troops. But it is quite true that in the last year, a stalemate has been reached, and there hasn't been very much movement along the front. I think Zelenskyy has to recognize that Russia has thrown everything it's got at the positions, and I think simply maintaining a stalemate is an extremely good and honest achievement. But of course, Zelenskyy is very much aware of the advent of another President Trump premiership and the possibility of funding and weapons to resist Russia drying up. At the same time, I think one should never underestimate the fact that there is a movement against the war across Russia, as exemplified in the efforts of people to stand against President Putin, to actually finally get literature, newspapers, election newspapers printed after so many presses refused to print stuff that was critical of the war effort. I think this is an amazing achievement so far, and we just have to wait to see what happens. I think equally, it is unwise, or was unwise, for NATO to set up a military war games. The historic NATO drill, whether our Royal Navy aircraft HMS Queen Elizabeth is going to lead that or not, it doesn't really make too much difference. In fact, frankly, we're not having very much success with our craft. The HMS Prince of Wales, the HMS Queen Elizabeth, it's all a bit of a disaster, really. And what we need to be doing is demonstrating resilience and support for Ukraine. At the moment, I think really what we're doing is demonstrating excuses and second-rate snivelling efforts. What is needed is not just a reset for Zelenskyy, but a reset for all the support for Ukraine. And I think that's more a matter of a sense of urgency and leadership, a sense of inspiration, rather than a change in leadership that's needed. But Zelenskyy is now on record saying a reset, a new beginning is necessary. If we want to win, we must all push in the same direction. Convinced of victory, we cannot be discouraged. Let our arms fall. We must have the right positive energy. The rhetoric is right. The idea of replacing somebody, I think, is wrong.